Hi, Leo. Welcome to your reading. We're going to do the old fashioned past, present, and potential outcome and just hop right into the past. Cards of the past. We have Eight of Wands and the Two of Cups. There's a couple of things here. There is likely a strong emphasis on like things moving quickly. And I think it has to do with proximity because I keep paying attention to how it feels like this biker is racing these wands. So there's something with time and proximity that may have been important in the past. Time and proximity, if we're talking about work, maybe there was something about having to quickly maybe find a new job, quickly make a decision and do something that would allow you to find a position so that you can continue to show up for maybe a certain dream, show up for a certain person. It could even be like if you're like a single parent showing up for your child, you have to quickly make moves. There could have also been like a something about relocating very quickly as well. But it's relocating with the intention of getting closer to something that is very personal, something that would make you happier, something that would make you more comfortable, be it a relationship, a location. Well, also, if we're trying to quickly leave from something, that's bringing up the second part of this past, which is like the emphasis on addition and subtraction, the emphasis on adding something to our life and then removing. And an example that's coming up for me, because the Two of Cups, there is an intimacy here, there is a connection here. I mean, there is a bond with the intention of eternity that we could see, right? Longevity, things that last long. Like there's this, I keep saying like tattoos, okay? This could be the addition of tattoos, right? That represents a really important relationship, something sentimental. Maybe we have a lot of, or we started to allow ourselves to wear that relationship, how we feel about that relationship on us. But for a lot of us, I feel like there's some form of permanence there. And then there's the other side of it where it's like the removal of tattoos, the removal of something. It depends on where your perspective is regarding your past and relationships, because connections do trigger our relationship to the unknown, because that other person, at the very least, they can take their own actions. And I think that's what's contributing to the nature of like us having no boundaries and wanting to be as close as possible to a particular relationship, to never forget it. And then why we feel like we want to immediately remove something, why we want to immediately disconnect from those relationships because of how close they can get to us. Another story that I'm seeing before we move on to the present is with the Eight of Wands here. And with me talking about the unknown, I have to look at the medical symbols. This could be a lot of prickling that's been going on, a lot of study. This could be lab work, and you becoming more intimate with what's going on with the unknown things that have been happening regarding your body or how you are when it comes to being in proximity in certain locations, or when it comes to consumption. There's prickling, there's lab work, there's like injections. I'm hearing going numb, needing to go numb, maybe for like biopsies and so on. So this is like the study of self, but at a deeper level. And the assistance there comes from someone in the field, someone who's a professional. We should also talk about any of you who are caregivers. This could be the story of you having to kind of up and move or relocate or respond to an emergency in order to give care to someone else. Now, in the present, what I like about this is with Judgment, and the Ace of Pentacles, this is definitely talking about awareness of a release. You're released from something right now, and you know it. You know it because of the amount of change, tangible change that is happening around you. With the Judgment, I keep hearing is like you feel it. You feel the change. Maybe there are tangible, physical changes that have happened for enough of you. You know, a story that could be coming here, especially with Judgment and looking at like resurrection, it is possible that any of you who uprooted your life to give care to someone, if they've passed on, it could be indicating that you are now in the stage of your life where you are, it's like you're reintegrating and returning back to a form of solitude that you're aware of its bright side, but you're also aware that this solitude is coming from a departure. I'm hearing it as like a loss of self. And while that doesn't have to feel like such a bad thing, and we'll get to that, I do harp about honoring emotions as they come up. Because the loss of you could have been the version of you who was following a career path to become, say, a doctor. You planned on being out there in the field responding to emergencies. Yet, that possibility ended for a variety of reasons. The present, it's talking about making peace with that. You're making peace with what was removed. You're making peace with departure. You're making peace with loss. The Ace of Pentacles is giving me like your priority, Leo, your priority has shifted. What's important to you, it's shifted. I wonder if any of you were kind of running ragged in a particular relationship. It could be a marriage, it could be a family tie, it could be a job. Maybe you were just always on it, always responding, always there. Always there. But then you knew that it's more important for you to put yourself first. Your health comes first, is what I'm hearing for a lot of you. Your health comes first. And it's like releasing yourself from being the savior, if I may use that term, the savior for other people. Releasing yourself from being the emergency response. Releasing yourself from being the seer of everyone else's situation. If you're releasing yourself, that means there was likely a lack of reciprocity. And it feels like now, Leo, you've just made the decision to accept that you may have been experiencing the side of the coin where it was hard to accept negativity. It was hard to accept pain. It was hard to accept pain. For some of you, it's like it was hard to accept the truth about a certain relationship for a very long time. Maybe a lot of the actions that we took in the past, Leo, were based off of us kind of being in the denial about that connection, about that pathway, about that story. It's like we were possibly trying to figure out ways and use techniques to try to befriend the unknown. But it almost felt like we're trying to do that. Maybe that's through divination, through tarot readings, all those things, trying to befriend the unknown to make sure that we never get manipulated by it, to make sure that we can try to outrun it. or be a step ahead of it. Yet it's this awareness of letting go that gives you the health, the wealth, the abundance, the perspective, an experience that you've been desiring all this time. Freedom means something different to you now. Freedom definitely means something to you now, because Leo, in the potential outcome, we have, look, Five of Wands and Queen of Cups. Five of Wands resonates with your energy. But look at how you're addressing it. You see, you can look into this, you see it for what it is. This is, if I may say this, the past was, I'm conflict avoidant. That's why I try to address pain immediately, but in a way that's just trying to get past it, trying to quickly work through it. And this is, I address conflict head on. I feel like the other side of the coin here is like some of you are willing to face, if I may say, like facing departure or like death. You maybe have, and that's shifted your perspective. Or you address the feelings and sensations of losing power, losing control. And what you find on the other side is that you can become the master of your internal emotional realm. You don't fear what shows up on the inside. It's like the ultimate manager of emotions. And when people also address you to resolve problems for them, there's a very different pace here. Very, very different pace. You know, there was this eye to eye, but I feel like the way that you're allowing people to approach you with potential conflict, it's not that you are feeling superior to them, Leo. You're just understanding just how deep you are tapping into yourself to then show up for them. That is what makes you the Queen of Cups, is you owning your own emotions, in a sense where I'm talking about accountability. You are owning the experience. And so when people approach you, I do feel like it's actually coming from a place of you owning another title. For many of you, you're psychic. You're psychic. You've been a sensitive. You've been an intuitive. And maybe what's happening now is you have absolute evidence that this is true. That you have a gift, you have an ability. And the potential outcome is enough of you owning it and saying, I'm confident enough. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm expressing. I know what I'm feeling. I know what I'm experiencing. And when I don't know, I'm not afraid of that, because I feel comfortable in the unknown, because I also realize that the answer is there. But this is about the experience of allowing it to come to me. This is about enhancing my ability to receive. I am the ultimate receiver. From giver to receiver. And then we understand, it is my ability to receive that creates abundance in my life. It's my ability to receive that allows me to then provide. So whatever it is that you let go of, whatever is released from your life, there emerges a new reality for you, a completely new perspective, a new way of living that has you reworking your relationship to negativity, upholding a different story around pain, viewing it from that alternative perspective. Your voice matters. You may have gone through your own forms of medical intervention that has impacted your life, or you've seen how it's impacted the people around you. Accessibility, lack of accessibility. What you go through, and especially what you let go of, it gives you the resources to speak up and to feel comfortable in speaking up. It gives you the resources to choose to be the seer, to choose to be the person who sees and is not afraid to express that. And doing it in the way that resonates best with you where you're at now. You have a gift. It's like a gift of showing up. And when you have the opportunity to really invest in showing up for yourself by way of letting go of the fear of not showing up for others, it's like, welcome. That's what I'm hearing. Welcome. Okay, Leo? So I'm going to end the reading here. This was kind of intense. And it is a feel-good intensity. That's what I'm picking up here. So I intend that this reading was helpful, validating, that you felt seen and heard. I'm really grateful to be able to see all the energies and the potentials in the cards for you. I see this as a position of gratitude, because it is a blessing to be able to see how people show up for themselves, especially when a lot has promoted reason after reason to give up. The story of the underdog never gets old, honestly. And I love to see how you are choosing to overcome and become the power. Know you are the power, Leo. You shine bright for a reason. And we need your light. Always. So, with that being said, my name is Mayan. And if you would like a personal reading from me, the information is in the description below. Do like, share, and subscribe, and definitely comment. I love hearing back from you all. I'm really excited for you, and please do your best to keep the faith. Until next time.